AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Who in the league right now has the most pressure to win? The guys in the league. They made the league. We know that they're there. You got Brunson, got Giannis, a lot of guys in there. Who has the most pressure to win today?
I'm gonna be honest, and this is going to shock y'all. Nobody. I'm being honest. LeBron, KD, Steph is over, and I would maybe Embiid, maybe but it's crazy because I don't see none of the young dudes with the pressure yet. None of us put the pressure on them. You know, sometimes we sit here and be like, yo, it's too early, and he only been in the league 4 years and all of that. So
the Knicks got the most pressure.
Everybody?
As a team, the Knicks do. You guys got a taste last year to the second round, and you made all these moves. And y'all are already saying championship or bust now. Because if you don't make it to the NBA Finals, you're gonna already look to make more moves next year.
I don't.
You guys put the most pressure on yourselves.
Fish got a point, and I hate to agree with Fish. Love you, Fish, but he got a point. The team as a whole, we do have the pressure to get rid of Randall and DiVincenzo and make the big splash with Cat. We picked up Mikal Bridges. Wow. The pressure is on us. And I'm not going to go as far as championship or bust, but God damn it, if we ain't in the Eastern Conference Finals in the showdown, then it's going to be some furniture moving.
And I don't mean league-wise. I don't mean league-wise. The pressure's on you just in New York. Just in the city. You don't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA Finals. What is y'all first reaction going to be?
Well, Flea already disagrees with that, right, Flea?
Yeah, I look at us completely different now. Like, we made some really good moves over the last 6 months, but I'm looking at this team completely different than I looked at last year's team. This is a completely new team. All these parts we got to figure out and gain chemistry. And so now we're about to spend 20, 40, 60 games figuring out chemistry before we hit the playoffs. I can understand what Fish is saying about having some level of pressure because we've been so successful over the last few years. And just from a New York perspective, I agree with him 100%. But in totality, I think that there's a window for the New York Knicks right now, a 2 to 3 year window where we really have a chance to figure it out. But this year, I would like. I know we did our rankings and all of that shit, but now I'm looking at the rosters and looking at how we play and all that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we were a 4 seed, 5 seed, like just because we spending time trying to figure things out. Like, I would not be surprised. So, you know, we're a different team. So I get the pressure, but I think there's a little bit of grace that's going to have to be given to us once we realize the type of team that we really have. It ain't going to be that grind out team we had last year. This shit going to be different.
Welcome back to reality, Flea. Yeah, exactly. No, this is always Flea. This is always Flea.
No, I want the Flea that jumped out the window with the Lakers that year. Yeah, where's that Flea at? The reckless Army Ranger jumping out the plane. Where's that Flea at?
I said the Lakers are gonna be like a 2 seed or some shit. Like that.
Yeah.
Turbo, wait, real quick. What do you think? Because you were pointing at me and us, and
I wasn't doing that anyway. Y'all know I love y'all. Come on, you know. But I feel like, yes, there is pressure on the Knicks, but I don't think there's more pressure. If we're just talking the Eastern Conference, just take your Knicks hat off and just think as a fan. Do the Knicks have more pressure than Philly and Milwaukee? Because those two are older than the Knicks. Y'all core is still young, and like AllBall has said, y'all think 3 years y'all gonna win a championship. So you believe that there is gonna be some type of growing pain. Now, if y'all make it to the conference finals and finals, then y'all had a schedule. But I think Philly and Milwaukee has more pressure to win right now than the Knicks because of the core, because they're much older. Y'all have nobody on the Knicks is 30 yet. That's the crazy part about it.
Great point.
Why
I
nobody
think,
is bringing up? I'm sorry.
Now go ahead, Elbow.
Shouldn't the Boston Celtics have some type of pressure as well? Knowing that everybody they played last season was injured, everybody is so high on Boston. We say Tatum should be MVP, best player. He can do it all. What about Boston having some type of pressure?
I think the Celtics do have pressure, especially once they play things out. We got to see how it goes, because no matter what, if they win a lot of games, or if they lose a lot of games, it doesn't really matter. But they didn't do what the Knicks did. Like, for me, Flea is now coming to the light, and he's seeing what I've seen in the summertime. We got rid of the chemistry that we figured out. Now we got to relearn all our positions, relearn the chemistry, figure everything out. When I believe we were that close in January, of course it wasn't our fault. iHeart couldn't re-sign with us, but now you say, okay, Cat, you're gonna come replace this thing that we had over there in January, where you got the whole fan base rocking better than ever before, probably in our whole life. Only the 90s Knicks compete with what happened last year. That's it. So Cat is walking into that, and we don't have a guy that is really the guy that's top 10 player. He has to walk in as a top 20, top 30 player and overcome that, along with the pressures of being in New York. The Celtics don't have that. Celtics is worried about just repeating. That's way different than, and you have Tatum, who's a top 10 player, and Jaylen Brown is lingering around being top 15, top 10. He got help over there.
He's a top 15 player in the league.
He got help
right now.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for Brunson and Cat. They got to not think about that stuff.
Paul George already hurt. So how much pressure Philly got?
All of those teams don't like the fact that Boston won. All those teams don't respect and probably don't even respect the run Boston went on to win. I'm sure Philly is looking at them. I'm sure Milwaukee is looking at them. I know we looking at them. Like, are y'all like that? Are y'all really like that? Like, there's a lot of teams in the Eastern Conference that Orlando matches up with them well. They always play them tough. There's a bunch of teams in the Eastern Conference right now that think Boston can be had.
7:30 p.m. Eastern time, AllBall TV every weekday, man. Y'all know what this is.
Y'all heard them?
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.